Hello, PE students, and welcome to Summer PE Intersession Session 2 of the summer of 2020. Welcome to Sunny Nguyen and Kylie Hampton and Caleb Holt and Caleb Keeney and Savannah Willis and Jacob Wortham. That's who we have enrolled in the course as of Sunday afternoon when I'm recording this, but just wanted to say hi to everybody, and I am excited that you're in the class. As I said, this is the second intersession that we're doing this summer intersession. The first session just wound up last Friday, and so we're going to start the second session on Monday, June 1st. And so I'm glad everybody's in the class. Just real quick, in order to graduate from Springfield schools, you have to have a credit and a half of PE. That in each PE class is a half credit, so that's 3 classes. Half a credit of PE can be waived, 1 class, in certain circumstances. And if you think that might apply to you, you want to talk to Miss Loveland. So for most, that means you need at least 2 classes, and most people have not gotten 2 classes in at the point they come to us. So this is how we get that other class in. This is a deviation from the in-person class that we usually do that is very popular, and I apologize that we can't do that. But because of the situation with COVID-19, we felt that this was a much safer way to go. So unfortunately, won't be able to do some of those fun activities we usually do, but we're going to make the best of a bad situation. I think this is a little different than even the traditional online PE class, and we'll try to look at some of those activities that we actually usually get to do. And I'll talk a little bit about that as we move on here in a little bit. So I apologize if you're disappointed that you're missing out on some of those things, but it's beyond our control. And so, as I said, we're going to make the best of the situation we're in. A little bit about how the class is laid out. Everything is in Canvas. You should go to the modules link, and I have a module for each day. There are 9 days of class, Monday through Friday the first week, the second week Monday through Thursday. So 1 module for each day, and each day there will be 1 written assignment per day, except I think on the second day we have 2. The written assignments each day will total to 20 points. So each written assignment is worth 20 points except day 2 where there's 2 and each is worth 10 points. Typically what you're going to have to do is complete a short reading or watch some short video clips and then complete an assignment based on that. Usually it's a very simple assignment, a 3-2-1 assignment. Those of you who've had me kind of know how that works. But a basic format is 3 things you found interesting, 2 things that might have surprised you, 1 thing you'd like to know more about. Now, in the case of these, I've done some things a little differently, but very basic, very simple answers. The written assignments will total up to 180 points, which is 62% of the grade in the class. The work on each written assignment should require less than 1 hour per assignment, so less than 1 hour per day in the class on the written assignments, and I will be pretty generous in awarding points on those. And in most cases, some of them specifically state the assignment is mastery, and what that means is that if I don't think you did good enough, I'll just say, hey, you need to redo this, and once you get it redone, and I feel like it's good enough, you get the points. Pretty simple. The second element of the grading in the class is daily exercise. And each day, you're going to keep a log. I'll talk about that in just a moment. And you will get up to 12 points for daily exercise. Now, those points are going to be based on steps. And Each day there is an assignment, and I've just copied the assignment and labeled it day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, so on. The assignment directions are the same, but in those assignment directions, there's information on how you can load a app, a step counter app or a fitness app to your phone to record the steps that you take each day. And there is a rubric on the assignment that tells how many points you need, how many steps you need to take each day to get an A, a B, a C, a D, and then an F. You can find that on those assignment pages. Check that out. There's a number of fitness apps out there, step counter apps that are free. I've linked a couple articles about some apps that you can take a look at and find the one that works best for you. So be aware that you're going to do that each day of the course. So each day you need to be active. Monday through Friday the first week, and then Monday through Thursday the second week. I'll talk a little more about that here in just a minute. But the details are on the assignment page. Your daily exercise points add up to 108 points, which is 38% of your grade. And again, I will be generous. There is a rubric there. But if you're close, say you are just a couple hundred steps from getting the steps needed for an A, and you've done what you need to do, I'll probably be pretty generous with you. The main idea is just to see that you are being active in the time that we're in the course. And it may seem a little complicated, but this is much simpler than what students in the actual SPS online course have to do. Much simpler. One other thing I would say is if you have a problem with getting a step or a fitness app because of technology limitations and that's not going to work for you, please let me know as soon as possible, and we will come up with some kind of alternative for that. But it should be, if you have a smartphone, and most folks do, should not be a problem. But if you run into issues, please let me know as soon as possible so we can figure that out and find a way to do it. Moving on, daily assignments. Just themes in the course. The first 3 days of the course are kind of fitness exercise themed, and the daily assignments are based on that. Those come from the SPS curriculum. But then after that, we get into some of the things that we do in the course when we're in person. Again, we aren't going to get to do those things together, but you'll get to learn a little bit about each of them. So we'll be spending 3 days on bicycle safety and skills. And I spread it out over 3 days because there's a lot of stuff, and I wanted to, like I said, keep the time required to under 60 minutes a day. So there'll be some videos you watch about bicycle safety, some basic information to read, and then a 3-2-1 activity each day. Canoeing. There'll be some information you're going to read and maybe a couple of videos to watch. And again, a 3-2-1 app on each day of the canoeing. And then we will probably have a day looking at some information on possibly archery or hiking and walking or something along those lines. I still am working out the last day of the class. But I'll have that together pretty soon. But again, it will be outdoor related. The daily assignment due dates on week 1. I'm not going to make them do each day because I realize that some people may have some technology limitations at home where maybe you have to go somewhere to get internet access. So I don't want you feeling that you have to do that each day of the class. So I'm kind of breaking it down. The first day, the first 3 days of assignments are due by the end of the day, Wednesday, June 3rd. And then the assignments, the last 2 days of the first week, Thursday and Friday, those assignments are due by the end of the day, Friday, June 5th. And then on week 2, the first 2 days of assignments are due by the end of the day, Tuesday, June 9th. And then the last 2 days are due by the end of the day, Thursday, June 11th. And all the assignments have in the directions an assignment date listed on them. They are not on the Canvas calendar because I've had a technical issue with that. So I will see if I can fix that, but they are in the directions on each assignment. I'm kind of speeding up because time is getting away here from me. I don't want to try and want to keep this under 15 minutes. All of the week 1 modules are up right now. You can go to work on the assignments, and if you want to work ahead through everything that's up and get those all cranked out in one day or a couple of days, I'm okay with that. The daily exercise, however, you need to do daily. So don't try to double your steps up on one day and say, well, I did 20,000 steps on Monday, so that takes care of Monday and Tuesday. That's not how that's going to work. You need to get those steps in each day. Now, there is a way you can get ahead in the weekend in between. I'll get back to that in a minute. Week 2 modules, I think I've got the first day up. The rest of those still need to finish up. Those will be up by the end of this week. Again, once I get them up, if you want to go ahead and work on those assignments and crank them out, that's awesome. Again, daily exercise is daily. Now, I will say this. If in week 1 you log all of your daily exercise sessions through the week, you can go ahead next weekend, and if you want to get your exercise in on Saturday and Sunday, you can do that. And I'll just give you the example. If you go on a hike Saturday and get your 10,000 steps in and you want to log that, you can log that, and then what that means is in week 2, you only need to do 2 days of exercise sometime between Monday and Thursday. If next weekend you go on a hike Monday and you go on a run or something else on Sunday and get your activity in and log that, then between Monday and Tuesday you only need to do 2 days of activity. So you can work ahead in that sense on the exercise for week 2. Also, if you don't get all your exercise days logged in week 1, you can make up days next weekend. So if you don't get your exercise in on Thursday, then you could get your exercise in on Saturday and log that in place of what you did for Thursday. The second week, it's going to be a little more difficult. So if you see that there's a day that you might not get your exercise in, you might want to take advantage of the weekend and knock that out. If that's a problem, let me know. We'll work things out. If you have questions about any of that, let me know, and we'll work it out, and I'll try to help you navigate that situation. Getting close to wrapping up here. Hopefully, one of my goals is that by learning about some of these activities, cycling, canoeing, archery, that may be on your own and not necessarily within the time of the course, because 2 weeks is pretty tight, but maybe sometime on your own, if you haven't tried those, that you'll get out with your family and check it out and see how it goes. Or maybe it's something that your family already does, but it just inspires you to get out there and continue to take part in it or to do it again. And if you do that, I'd love to hear about it. That's awesome. That's kind of one of our goals in this course, is just to introduce students to things that they can do to be physically active and still have fun and have a healthy life. I will try to make a daily announcement each day. It might be in the form of a video like this, or I might just do something written. If it's a video, it won't be as long as this one. This one's particularly long because a lot of stuff to go over for the first day. Basically, I'll just touch base with what we're doing that day, and probably a reminder of, hey, the assignments for today are due by the end of the day Wednesday, or the assignments for today are due by the end of the day Friday. Just to reiterate those things. If you have questions, I think a couple of you are new, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. The best way is to shoot me an email to my OTC email, which is stoned@otc.edu. I check that frequently through the day, especially will be during PE class. And or you can send me a Canvas message, which goes directly to my email. Also, if that doesn't work, you can give the office a call, 447-6997, between 8 and 4, and somebody will answer. Leave a message with them. They'll get in touch with me, and I'll get back with you in the best way possible for you. At this point, I'm not planning on keeping daily office hours in terms of a Zoom meeting or a Canvas conference time. If I see that's necessary, I'll let you know and I'll get it set up. But I'm just going to try to check in each day with you. Do check your email each day, because The announcements I post will also, unless you've changed your Canvas default settings, will come to you in the form of an email. So if you say, hey, I didn't see the announcement about the archery activity, that means you're not checking your email. So check your OTC email each day because those Canvas announcements will post there. They'll also post in the course. We are now at 15 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up, but I am looking forward to a fun and exciting class. I'm really sorry I can't be there with each of you, but we'll make the most of it. I'm sure we're going to have fun, and it's going to be a great 2 weeks of PE. So I will be talking to everybody later. Hope you have a great rest of your day.